Soul family, there's something interesting that's happening right now. Some people are panicking and some are not. However, all of us are paying attention to the economy, to careers, and to our next moves. Let's talk about it. Blessings and abundance. Welcome back to the Zen Effect Show, the space where we slow down just enough to make sense of the world around us and gather real insight for navigating life's highs, its hits, and everything in between. Every conversation here is curated to activate something deeper within you, to empower you, inspire you, and guide you back home to yourself. Because living fully in your effect means choosing life on your terms, in your essence, in your alignment, and in truth. Living in your design. Because here we believe that when you shift your soul, you begin to shape your world. And this space exists to support you in coming home and anchoring your power. That's right, you all. This is your hub for soul-rooted conversations with thought leaders across music, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and wellness. You can listen live right here on WBNC Breaking Chains Radio every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. This show is also played in 80 plus countries and in every time zone in the United States. Just utilize that 6 p.m. Eastern if you're not in the Eastern time zone in the United States as a guideline so you know what time to tune in and listen. And guess what? If you missed it here live or want to run that back, don't worry, we've got you covered because you can catch the replays on my YouTube channel, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Go ahead and subscribe, follow those so that you are notified once the replay hits those platforms, you all. And stay connected, stay tuned in on YouTube. You get to see the in-studio interviews that I absolutely love. You're also able to click the link in the show notes to my direct pages, the guests that I have QR codes up there as well. It's a whole vibe. It's a vibe. So follow the Zen Effect Show across all social media platforms and tap into the energy. That's right. This is the Zen Effect Show. Now, let's flow into tonight's conversation. Soul family, let's talk tonight not from fear but from awareness. Because there's something happening right now that a lot of people are feeling, even if they're not always naming it out loud. People are going to work, paying their bills, showing up for their families. Entrepreneurs are building businesses while at the same time navigating rising operating costs, shifting algorithms, changing markets. Because so many industries are shifting, you all. And the pressure to consistently innovate just to stay not only visible, but relevant Creators are producing content, wondering if the platform will push it or will the platform bury it. Professionals are doing their jobs well while quietly noticing how fast industries are changing, how they're shifting, and many people are carrying a lot internally while still showing up responsibly in their lives, you all. Again, this is not an episode to cause panic. This episode is providing you insight and awareness. Awareness that the world of work, money, opportunity, and stability is evolving. And inside that awareness, many people are having very honest conversations with themselves. And we're going to get into it tonight. I'll pick back up on relationships. That is a continued topic that I can speak on for hours upon hours. There's so much conversation around stability, around uncertainty, that I really want to bring a conscious take to. Many people are having very honest conversations with themselves. They're so grateful for stability, and at the same time saying, I want to make sure I'm making the right moves for my future. I want to build something that gives me more freedom. I want my work to reflect more so who I am, as well as who I'm becoming. I want to create something that lasts. These are real conversations people are having with themselves right now. And tonight I want to talk about how we navigate moments like this consciously. Not from pressure, not from fear, but from clarity, strategy, and community. Because the world is shifting. And when the world changes, the way we think about stability has to evolve with it as the world turns. Let's start with honesty. We are living through one of the biggest shifts in how people experience work and money in decades. That is what we are currently living in. Industries are transforming. Technology is accelerating change faster than ever before, in my opinion. Entire career paths are being redefined. How many of you all are experiencing this? Everyone is. This is touching everyone's lives. Every single person is in the midst of a complete and total shift, a forever shift, a no going back shift. There was a conversation the other day that I was having with someone, and she had said, I just wish, with what we were talking about in particular, and it's really the rise, like how marketing is now and how digital media is playing a part in that, what have you. She really wishes that things would go back. And I said to her, as well as another individual, it's not going back. It's truly the structuring of it, of where it is now, and how to evolve it forward in a way that works for everyone and is supportive for everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, career mobility and job transitions are happening, listen to this, you all, more frequently than in previous generations. So basically, in all the generations before, people are no longer staying in one role for 20 or 30 years, you all. And research from Pew Research Center shows that many working adults report feeling financially stressed even while employed. I was at the grocery store the other day, and the cashier was saying to me how it's necessary for her to go see her mom, but she cannot afford to take a vacation, what have you. And my heart literally, like, it was just really sad in that moment, because she also is an older woman. The necessity of her truly seeing her mother, caring for her mother, and her not being able to do that because she truly is not making a living wage. To me, a living wage looks like I'm able to take a trip and see my family. I'm able to go on vacation. So what I did was offer her a suggestion, because I asked myself, how can I support in the moment? And I asked her if she knew about Turo, because she had mentioned renting a car. And I already know when it comes to rental cars, that's a huge expense in itself, because not only are they charging you the price, they have all these fees on top of charging you double for the deposit for most places. So when I gave her that information, I offered her that information and provided some context around Turo, I sensed some joy. And it really warmed my heart to witness that joy, because in her voice and in her eyes, it showed her that it was possible. It was possible, and maybe she's not aware of the different avenues and different ways that it can be done. However, it's possible. Truly, all things are possible, you all. So if you've been sensing that something about work and stability feels different, you're not imagining it. And I would love for you to speak to your experience in the Patreon chat, which I will be speaking more about later, you all. So excited to engage with you there. However, here's the important part. Change doesn't automatically mean crisis. Many people do not do well with change. And kudos to you all who are aware of that. The fact that you just don't like change. However, I want to support your perspective, because again, change doesn't automatically mean crisis. Something that I would like to see in our education system is teaching and taking a deeper dive on change, about change. So there's not so much fear looming around change. Because in order to see something move, in order to see something evolve, change is very much necessary. In fact, it's foundational. Change means the rules are evolving. When the rules evolve, people must evolve with it. They must, and what that looks like is people have to evolve their strategy. Most people, and from what I've witnessed and experienced, who don't like change, it's because they may have difficulty in evolving their strategy. They don't know what it looks like, and oftentimes fear is a huge component in that because their current strategy is comfortable. Whether you like your current strategy or you don't care for your current strategy, it's comfortable. Why? Because it's familiar. Let's talk about what modern work actually looks like now. Many people are wearing multiple hats. A job, a side project, a creative pursuit, a business idea, a skill they're building quietly on the side. Entrepreneurs are navigating another layer entirely on top of this. And those layers are their marketing costs, platform changes, customer acquisition, constant adaptation, because the truth is, you all, that in today's digital economy, visibility itself has become a full-time job. Honestly, beyond full-time, because there are so many platforms that are foundationed on visibility. So therefore, visibility, you being visible and the necessity for that has increased. In fact, I don't even want to say it's doubled. I want to say it's tripled. And that creates a different type of pressure. Not necessarily does it cause instability, but it does cause consistent movement, consistent adjustment, and consistent awareness. Key word here is consistency. And sometimes that consistency, let's be real and transparent with it, can feel redundant, which can equal to the burnout. One thing I want to normalize tonight is exactly this. You can appreciate your current stability while still preparing for your future. You're allowed. You have the permission to do so because you're in command and you choose and you decide. You can say, I'm thankful for this job, I give gratitude for the job, and still ask yourself on the other side, what skills will make me more adaptable in the future, whether it's with that job or not. You can say this business is sustaining me right now and still ask, how do I strengthen it for the next phase of the market or for the next evolution of my business? That's not living in discontentment. That's you being aware. And awareness is one of the most valuable assets that you can have in changing times, you all, such as this. Hang tight. We'll be right back. If the Zen Effect Show has touched you, inspired reflection, or simply made you feel seen, there are ways you can help this community grow. Share an episode with someone who needs it. Leave a review wherever you listen and visit www.thezeneffectco.com to connect deeper, to access resources, and be part of our journey. We don't just advertise, we align. We partner with vision-led brands who want to be a part of meaningful conversations, to be remembered for what they stand for, not just what they sell. Through thoughtful collaborations, story-driven features, and real-world experiences, your message becomes part of something bigger, a community that's conscious, a community that's engaged, and a community that is global. Whether you're launching a product, hosting an event, or building something meaningful, we're here to spotlight it in a way that is real, resonates, and is human. Join me, partner with purpose, and again, visit www.thezeneffectco.com. Let's grow together and let your message live longer than the moment that it is heard. We back, y'all. Do you know one of the biggest mistakes that people often make when thinking about change is assuming everything has to happen immediately? I gotta quit my job and just jump into my business. Well, not a wise move if you don't have money saved to keep your bills going so you can fully focus on the business. In order to do that, there must be enough money for you to not only not have to work and support your bills, support yourself, but also enough money for you to put in the marketing of that business. Many people make the mistake of believing that they can just reinvent life overnight, and that's not how it works. However, thoughtful transitions rarely happen that way. Smart transitions often look like layered growth, such as learning new skills, testing ideas, expanding your network, building additional income streams slowly and strategically, and all of that you all requires patience. Do you have it? Do you have it? And if I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If things are not flowing in the way that you want them to flow, where is your patience meter? I'm the first one to tell you, look, I'm not going to sit over here and pretend like I am the most patient person who ever existed at all, or that patience for me is a walk in the park because it's not. When you're building, it truly means that you're building brick by brick. Think of what it takes to layer a brick. How long it takes for a brick wall or a brick building to actually be built. The job you have today might be funding the next chapter you're building. Whoa. Let that land. Let me repeat myself. The job that you have today just might be funding the next chapter you're building. Do you get bonuses at your job? Count this. Do the math. If you're at your job for, let's say, 5 years, and place in your mind whatever the bonus amount is that you actually receive, and times that by 5 years. I actually heard someone say that they ended up buying their home with their bonuses. If you are in a job that gives a hefty amount of bonus, or really any bonus, but definitely a great healthy amount of bonus, and you're able to bonus, that's your loan that you don't have to pay back. That's your grant. That's your deposit that can go towards your food truck, that can go towards your show, that can go towards your product, that can go towards your online store, that can go towards schooling, that can go towards the class you want to take, that can go towards. There's so many things that it can go towards. It can go towards you being able to vacation every year. It can go towards thinking ahead what's coming up with your family. It can go towards your wedding. Come on, somebody. We're talking about strategic thinking. We're talking about strategic planning. It's preparation. I was listening to Gary Vee, and I'm truly becoming a fan of his podcast. Gary Vee said something so real and so true. Gary Vee stated that it's not AI that's taking your job. It's the people who know AI that are replacing your job. And that is so true. AI can simplify so much for you. In fact, I had another conversation. I'm always having many conversations, you all. And this conversation was with an individual, and they were speaking to, when it comes to people of color, how we are in each other's way at this point. And we were speaking on AI, how you can literally go on AI, Chat GPT, Gemini, whatever the case may be, the Google AI, that may be Gemini or called something else, but what have you. And you can literally say, this is what I want to achieve. A, B, C, D, how do I get there? And you can program it to be very matter of fact, be relevant to the year 2026, whatever the case may be. You are able to get as detailed, as you want with this. The resources are out there. And there are resources that are out there that don't cost much or don't cost a thing. Now let's talk about something that is often overlooked in conversations about money and career growth. And what I want to speak to is community. For generations, people navigated economic transitions by leaning on networks. People shared opportunities, they shared knowledge, they shared resources, because the truth is, you do not have the answer to everything. You don't know. You are not the master at everything. You have strengths and things that you are great at, because nobody built stability completely alone at all. And that's something that's necessary for us to reclaim in modern times. Spaces where people can exchange wisdom, where someone can say, here's what I learned when I transitioned careers. Here's what helped me stabilize my business. Here's what I wish I had known before making a financial move, because knowledge multiplies when people share it. And when people share it, you truly have a rich resource, a guide, a reservoir of information that can really support the masses. And that's also one of the reasons why I've started building something deeper around this show, you all. A community ecosystem where these conversations can continue beyond the broadcast. That's right, you all. Inside my Patreon community, we're creating a space where people who resonate with the show can connect, exchange ideas, and support each other while navigating life's highs and hits. Not just listening, participating, sharing insights with one another, sharing perspective, because the truth is, collective wisdom is oh so powerful. And when thoughtful people come together, possibilities expand. I also created a networking tier. In this networking tier, this goes even deeper. There will be, when you go on the Patreon, I want you to go ahead to the Patreon to just check out the benefits of this amazing networking tier. Those who are in the networking tier also get first dibs on the possibilities of being spotlighted on the show, being interviewed on the show, resources, insights that I have, so much more to really support you in scaling your business and building a solid community. It's a community. let me pause here for a moment because something meaningful has been growing around this show that I want to share with you. One of the things I've realized through these conversations we have here on the Zen Effect Show is that many people are navigating some very real seasons of life, such as making career decisions, managing financial pressure, growing, healing, rebuilding, and evolving. And some may be doing it quietly. But historically, people have not navigated life's transitions by themselves. They've moved through uncertainty in community. They shared knowledge, they shared resources, they shared perspective, and they reminded one another that they were not the only ones figuring things out. That's the spirit behind something I've been intentionally building around this show. A deeper space for listeners who want more than just the weekly broadcast. A space where we can continue these conversations, share tools, exchange ideas, and support each other as we navigate life's highs and life's hits. That space lives inside my Patreon community. And what we're building there is not just extra content. No, it's an ecosystem, a space where thoughtful people gather to reflect, grow, and expand their perspective on life. Inside Patreon, there will be conversations that go deeper. There will be tools and resources to support your personal evolution. And most importantly, there will be a community of people who live in integrity, who are navigating life with intention. People who are thinking about their next chapter. People who are growing, building, and evolving just like you. Because wisdom multiplies when people share what they've learned. And life becomes a lot lighter when you realize you're not the only one on the journey. So let me walk you through how the community is structured. The first tier is the inner circle for $10 a month. This is where community really begins. Inside the inner circle, you'll have access to engaging community conversations where listeners of the Zen Effect Show can connect with each other. You'll also have access to the private community chat where discussions continue beyond the microphone. And from time to time, I'll share reflections, updates, and insights connected to the conversations we're having on the show. This is a space where dialogue stays alive. You will also have access to the Growth Collective, where you receive everything that I just mentioned, plus exclusive tools and resources designed to help you expand your awareness, strengthen your perspective, and step more fully into your highest potential. You'll also receive special offers and discounts from myself and from some of my incredible featured guest experts and aligned brands connected to the show in areas for wellness, personal development, beauty, conscious living, and so much more. And then we have the Conscious Networking Circle, which is the $25 tier. This space is designed specifically for entrepreneurs, creators, and thought leaders who want to expand their reach, build aligned relationships, and grow their impact. Inside this circle, you'll receive access to an aligned entrepreneur network that I am building, where you can connect with like-minded creators, entrepreneurs, and even featured guests from the Zen Effect Show. It's a place to build meaningful relationships, expand your reach, and grow your work in the world. Members in this circle will also receive business insights from me, practical perspectives and guidance on navigating entrepreneurship, building your brand, and scaling with intention, because I have worked for some very large companies and built their brands in territories. And I'm so excited to support you all in growing yours. There will also be opportunities to promote your projects, products, services, plus prioritize consideration for you to be featured on the Zen Effect Show, collaborations, partnerships, and community spotlights within the Zen Effect Show ecosystem. This is truly, truly, you all, an intentional ecosystem that I am building, and I want you to be a part of it. Because I believe when thoughtful people connect intentionally, powerful collaborations happen. And here's the most important thing to know. This community is still growing, which means the people who join now are helping shape what this ecosystem becomes. Your voice, your ideas, your experiences, they all become part of the culture we're building together. So if you've ever listened to this show and thought, I wish I had more conversations like this in my life. I wish I had tools that help me think through things more clearly. I wish I had access to a community of people navigating life with intention. Then I invite you to join us inside my Patreon community, whether you step into the inner circle or the conscious networking circle. You'll be entering a space designed to support growth, connection, and real conversation. Because navigating life becomes a lot more powerful when we're not doing it alone. Our current economy is showing us the strength and necessary and power of community and building internal ecosystems. Join mine. You can find the Patreon through my website. Just visit www.thezeneffectco.com or click the link in my bio, in my Facebook, and on my Instagram page. Now, let's continue the conversation. This is the Zen Effect Show. So I want to talk about some practical ways to stay grounded during economic shifts. But first, also in the Patreon, you will have tools. I'm so excited about the tools that you will receive when it comes to stability, when it comes to you really looking at where you are, where you want to be, where you're evolving into. And there's tools and resources in there right now that can support you. So go ahead and check that out. First, when it comes to practical ways to stay grounded during economic shifts, invest in adaptable skills. That's huge. Problem solving, financial literacy, digital fluency. These skills travel across industries. Second, strengthen your network and be specific and selective about your network. Opportunities often travel through relationships before they appear publicly. Oh my gosh, do I know this to be the whole entire truth? And third, move strategically, not impulsively. No matter how hungry you are for it, no matter how much you want it, move strategically. Pause. Think it over. Give yourself a date. Okay, next Monday, I'm going to revisit this. I'm really going to sit with this and see how it lands for me. Because oftentimes when you don't do that, that is where you make a mistake. That is where it can cost you. Preparation builds confidence. Protect your emotional well-being. But clarity grows. It truly grows when we focus on what we can influence, what we can do, what we are in command of. Truth about connections is this. You're not able to connect with someone that you're really not able to build relationship with. You're not. A strong business relationship can get you so far. So far. It's not what can you give me? What can I get for you? How can I support you? And how can you support me? How can we create a beautiful thread of reciprocity? Ask yourself, what skills could expand my opportunities in the next 5 years? That's a great place to pinpoint those skills. Who in my network could offer wisdom or perspective? What small step could I take this year towards the future that I want? And I don't want to limit it to what small step. It depends where you are. I would say what step is going to deliver the most impact. And where might community support make this journey even lighter? Every generation experiences moments where the economic landscape shifts. Every single generation. The tools change, the industries evolve, the paths look different, but the people who navigate those shifts are the ones who stay courageous. They stay connected, they stay adaptable, they stay open, because adaptability is a form of resilience, you all, and resilience creates stability even within changing environments. So if you're listening tonight under the sound of my voice, and you've been feeling that quiet awareness that something about work, money, and opportunity is shifting, You're not alone. So many people are asking the same questions. How do I build stability? How do I grow? Am I making wise moves for my future? Those are not questions of fear. They're questions of intention. And intention is truly power. Because when people move with intention, they don't just react to the change. They navigate the change. And navigation is where wisdom lives. They stay thoughtful. They stay curious. They stay connected to people who are growing and building with their purpose. Because when community and awareness come together, change stops feeling overwhelming. My question to you is this. If you've been feeling that quiet awareness, that something about work, money, and opportunity is shifting, you're not alone. How do you build stability? How do you grow? Are you making wise moves for your future? Those are not questions of fear. They're questions of intention. And intention is powerful because when people move with intention, they don't just react to change. Oh no, they navigate it. And navigation is where wisdom lives. So continue to stay thoughtful. Continue to stay curious. Continue to stay connected to people who are growing and building with purpose, in purpose, on purpose. Because when community and awareness come together, change stops feeling overwhelming and starts looking like a possibility. You all, I want to take a brief moment for you to just pause with this episode as I sing you this tune. I am in command of my life. Say it with me. I am in command of my life. I choose different. I move different. I take the time to be present in what I'm creating. I choose different. I move different. I decide. I decide. I decide how I live my life. I'm not at the whim of no one. I'm not at the whim of anything. I move as I will it to be. Yeah. You move as you will it to be. That song was on the whim. That was what do they call that? Impromptu. That was impromptu, you all. Yes, impromptu. We're getting ready to enter a new decade, which is why these shifts are occurring. Which is why the tools are changing. Industries are evolving, and the paths look different. But those who navigate those shifts well are the ones who stay curious, are the ones who stay connected, are the ones who stay adaptable. Because adaptability is a form of resilience, and resilience creates stability, even in changing environments. Because when people move with intention, they don't just react to change, they navigate it. And they navigate it well. And navigation is where wisdom lives. So stay thoughtful, stay curious, stay connected to people who are growing and building with purpose. Because when community and awareness come together, change stops feeling overwhelming and it starts looking like a possibility. And it may even be the exact possibility that you were looking for. Take what resonated with you today, carry it into your week, and let it activate something real within you. And if you're ready to amplify your brand or spotlight your event right here on the Zen Effect Show, visit my website, thezeneffectco.com, or email me at thezeneffectco@gmail.com. I'm your host, Zen Howard. This is the Zen Effect Show. And remember, let your effects speak before words do. Keep your soul hydrated. Always keep that spirit fortified. And until next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, stay elevated.